If you are like me, you focus on attacking in Clash of Clans. You don't have a clue where to start building a base, but defense is super important. That is why I am bringing you the best bases for war, farming, and trophy pushing at every Town Hall level. To do this, I have worked with professional base builders at Clash Champs to bring you 38 exclusive custom bases for this video. The best value for you will be in the information I give as to why the bases are good. This will inadvertently help you as an attacker in knowing what you're looking for in base designs. If you're not subscribed to the channel, only a small percentage of my viewers are, then I would obviously recommend doing so if you enjoy my Clash of Clans content. Starting at Town Hall 1, well, that is the tutorial. Town Hall 2 is the first time you can create a base, but you don't have access to the village layout editor, so this base acts as your one-stop shop for everything. If you have magically built the clan castle, you can place it right here. This is everything you need for Town Hall 3, but after this you will have a war farming and trophy base, since you can then copy base links. You might have seen, but there is a recommended clan castle combination to defend with. You could put whatever you want in here, but the recommendation is for the best success. Whilst at Town Hall 4, you can only house one home and war base within the layout editor. Since you can now thankfully copy base links, it makes it a lot easier to switch. So this is your farming base, and this is your trophy base, with the Town Hall centralized, so you've got good coverage around it. No matter which angle your opponent attacks from, you've got a solid defense. When it comes to war, your primary focus is defending the 3-star, so you centralize your major defenses, the mortar being incredibly valuable at low level. If you do have any extra builder huts, you might want to put them to the corner of the base so that hopefully your opponent forgets about them and perhaps they will run out of time. Town Hall 5, I feel, is where base building really starts to get a bit more specialized. And from this level, you can copy both our farming and trophy base. I'll explain the differences between these momentarily, but at any level you are trying to defend, these strategies you are likely to be attacked with. I personally love this trophy pushing base. Town Hall is difficult to get, CC is not easy to lure either, and the air defense and wizard tower, your two major defenses, also very well protected. Many people might ask why the mortar is at the edge of the base. Well, it is because you will be attacked by balloons a lot at this level, so it can distract the balloons whilst the air defense take them down. Exactly the same to the other side of the base. The archer towers are protected because the balloons have to go through the cannons first, so they can't easily get to the defenses that are firing at them. When it comes to farming, the same principle may apply. I have found at Town Hall 5 and 6, I'm attacked with a lot of giants, so the outside defenses can do the same thing, pulling them in a different direction than what your opponent was expecting. I've got to applaud the base designers because not only are the bases effective, they also look beautiful. When it comes to a war base, as I alluded to earlier, it is all about protecting the 3-star, because if you try and protect the 2-star by having the Town Hall in the center, the base is not fully optimized to defend the 100%. And again, if you're hit with a lot of balloons on this base, they will move to the mortar, the cannon, before they get to the air defense. It's incredibly difficult for them to take down the wizard towers. That's not even mentioning your defending CC troops. You now have access to dark elixir, so that is another storage to protect alongside the Town Hall, obviously. And in farming bases, they will be on the inside to stop your opponent getting to them. However, in a trophy base, you actually use the storages to protect the defenses, since the storages have high hit points. This means that whilst your opponent's troops are trying to take down those storages, your defenses are picking them off, since your primary focus is the defense itself, not necessarily protecting the loot. You will also see similarities between war bases and trophy bases, since the primary focus is defending. I like this base because the air defense are incredibly difficult to get to with dragons, and we also have a double giant bomb location to wipe out hog riders alongside the small bombs next to the wizard tower. A very effective combination. At Town Hall 8, there is now the golem, Valkyrie, P.E.K.K.A. The ground smash attacks are a lot more powerful, so the bases start to become become difficult to path straight through. The farming base is still well built versus the cheap, quick farming armies such as Barch, but as you move to the trophy and war base, much like Town Hall 7, Hog Riders and Dragons dominate Town Hall 8. So the air defense positioning has to be triangulated throughout the base, so it's not easy to take down with Zap Dragons. I will be honest, I am pretty good at mass dragons for Town Hall 8, but the builders did a fantastic job on this one. Honestly, I don't even know where I would start to attack this. Dark Elixir is what most people want to protect, but with so many hero levels to upgrade at Town Hall 9, it should definitely be centralized in your farming base. We also have the Dark Elixir drills inside the base itself because you lose 75% of the DE inside if it is destroyed on defense. Dragons are very popular at Town Hall 9, and the storages on the inside of the trophy base separate the northern and southern areas of this base, meaning that the dragons have to take down all of the high HP storages, meanwhile getting fired at by all of the other defenses. When it comes to war, you are likely still going to be attacked with dragons, but also lava loon and witches. That is why we actually have giant bombs to the outside of the base to try and wipe out a bunch of witches. But it is very important at Town Hall 9 that if you do have access to the geared up archer tower that you use this. It makes a significant difference, and actually one of the only reasons you can defend against spam dragons at this level. If you're looking for strategies for Town Hall 9, I'll link a video for you right here. At Town Hall 10, and also prevalent to Town Hall 9, is mass baby dragon farming. So the spread of archer towers and air defense across a base is set to deal with this. Nowadays, with no troop training cost, we are actually hit with a lot stronger armies in multiplayer, so the farming bases are built to deal with this as well. One thing you might start seeing in trophy bases is the Dark Elixir storage to the outside of the base. This is to try and entice anybody that comes across you to just take the DE storage and leave, hence giving you the trophies, which is what you want. The main thing that people tend to ask for Town Hall 10 and 11 is why is the Town Hall offset? Sometimes it's even on the outside of the base for a layout, and it is all to do with siege machine pathing, because you get access to those in the clan castle at Town Hall 10. For example, a wall wrecker, to get the best value, you would have to enter from the opposite side of the base, which isn't always optimal. And as I explained earlier, the focus of a war base is all about protecting the 3-star, not necessarily the 2-star. Finally, just like at Town Hall 9, if you do have access to the geared up archer tower, be sure to use it. It makes a significant difference in defending. If you're at Town Hall 10 looking for attacking tips, I have a video to help you right here. At Town Hall 11, you unlock the Eagle Artillery, and it is such a powerful defense that no matter whether it is a farming base, trophy base, or war base, it will be somewhat centralized in the layout. One quick tip for farming bases: should you have a lot more loot of a particular resource, you can easily swap these storages out. For example, taking an elixir storage, hovering it over the gold storage, and it will automatically switch. It is great for if you're trying to save up for a particular upgrade, and by swapping the buildings in this manner, it means the 24-hour cooldown is not applied in friendly challenge. The Bow Witch attack strategy starts to become a lot more popular at Town Hall 11, and essentially when you spread out the troops, you are swooping from one side of the base to the other, but this trophy design makes it very hard to do that. One important factor for air attacks as well is that the seeking air mines are in between the air defenses. This means that if lava hounds path from one to the other air defense, they are likely to hit the seeking air mine, whereas the red air bombs are in the center of the base, so they are less likely to be triggered by lava hounds and therefore more likely to hit the balloons. Another important factor, whether it's trophy bases or war bases, is the triangulation of your defenses, i.e. making sure your major defenses, the Eagle Artillery, Inferno Towers, Expos at this level, are not all together, and someone could easily take them out. So notice they are spread all around the base. This seems like common sense, but if you pack them right next to one another, you don't really get extra DPS. It's just easier for someone to take them all out and use use spells to help support them. I actually created a base building series explaining this and a lot more, which I will link you to right here. Town Hall 12, and now that your Town Hall fights back, you will want it situated in your base to defend, irrespective of the layout's purpose, war, farm, or trophy pushing. This farming base is a primary example of what you should do with your storages for any farming base at any level. You do not want them all situated in one spot. For example, if they were all in the middle of the base and someone cracks into that area, they get all of your loot. You want to spread your storages evenly, so in order to get all of the loot, somebody has to take down pretty much all of your base. One thing that is increasingly important as you progress through the Town Hall levels, I will highlight it to you in this trophy base, is having your splash defenses spread out. In particular, your air targeting splash due to bat spells. This includes your wizard towers, multi-target infernos, and as you get a little bit higher, even the scatter shot. But you do not want to be vulnerable to swarm attacks. As I've said at previous levels, any layout is trying to defend the most common strategies, and the higher up you get, you're probably trying to defend a singular strategy. For example, in this war base, notice all of the red air bombs with the tornado trap in the center that could wipe out an entire pack of loons in a lava loon attack. And if you do want your own individualized custom pro-built bases, Clash Champs, who kindly built every base in this video, do sell custom Town Hall 9 through 15 bases. You can even use code JUDO at checkout to save yourself 10%. And the reason I like it is even if you don't want to purchase bases, they have a full library of free layouts for any Town Hall level. Town Hall 13, you have the scatter shot as your signature defense, and if you've attacked at this level, you know how powerful they are, especially because there are two of them. Not only effective for defending war attacks, they are brilliant for wiping out quick, cheap farming armies. This box-style base works fantastic versus queen charges or any air spam attack, and one of the reasons I like box bases for trophy pushing is they're almost a hybrid between anti-2-star and anti-3-star war bases, meaning sometimes you can get a 1-star defense, which obviously is always a bonus. Some of you might be thinking, yeah, the trophy base looks a lot like the war base. Trust me, this one is not just rotated. You can take a closer look. Everything is in different positions because the war base is trying to defend a little bit more of a wider range of meta strategies, and all of the pro builders who have contributed to this video sell layouts on a frequent basis, meaning they are consistently keeping up to date with the meta and understanding what needs to be in a layout in order to best defend. One thing for farming bases at the higher levels is if you have a good layout in defending against meta strategies and protecting your storages, such as this layout, there's a good chance, particularly if you're farming in the lower leagues, that you can make your opponent just click next. Generally speaking, if there are types of bases that you look at and think, oof,
I don't really want to attack that,
then that is a good base layout to use. I think a primary example is this Town Hall 14 box-style trophy base. I mean, even looking at it now, I don't know how I would attack this. I'm sure you're well aware at Town Hall 14, but again, just reiterating, this trophy base is if you really want to push as high as you can, your storages are not protected. Obviously, if you hit Legend League, then it really doesn't even matter, but the storages are purely used as a meat shield to protect your defenses, because ultimately that is what is going to defend and take out your opponent's troops. When it comes to war at these higher levels though, a lot of the defenses come from the traps, making a particular part of the base look like it is vulnerable, but then it is trapped, and that is where you can bait your opponent. That's what you can see, for example, at the north area of this base. It's not easy to dive the king in and take the scatter shot because there are Tesla, skeleton traps, even that little segment of wall means that the king is likely to walk around the scatter. These are the things you can reverse engineer. Recognize when there might be traps to make yourself a better attacker. In my clan, the Judo Jungle, we are currently looking for highly skilled Town Hall 14 and 15 players towers, so feel free to apply on my Discord server. On to Town Hall 15, the highest level in the game. I personally farm at Titan League. When it comes to Legend League, I think most of the players would be Town Hall 15, so the next base would be more appropriate, but I have had great success in defending a variety of strategies, and the reason I like this base is if your opponent uses sneaky goblins, the storages are well spread out, but also the goblins have to path in a weird manner around many different walls to get to them. They lose their invisibility by the time they get there and get wiped out. It's actually pretty funny, so I like to use this layout all of the time. The box bases work incredibly well, just as I explained at Town Hall 14, but again, we're using the storages on the outside as a meat shield for the defenses themselves. In terms of the spell towers, I personally find the poison towers the most difficult to deal with, and it's not surprising there are 2 poison towers on both the farming and trophy base. And I'd also like to reiterate, being the highest town hall, this is likely where you will push the highest up in Legends League, and not every base can defend every single time. It ultimately will get 3-starred, and if you're very high up, that is where the custom pro-built bases are going to be best for you. Again, if you are a skilled Town Hall 15 attacker, feel free to apply to my clan, the Judo Jungle, via my Discord server. This is a very well-rounded war base for you. I personally love the Rage Tower next to the 2 Expos and Scatter, a dangerous area of the base, but there's also traps, for example, at the 6 o'clock area of the base where someone might think they can easily take out the monolith. No sir, this base was built by a pro. Thank you to Clash Champs for custom designing every layout in this video. I really hope it helps you out. If you want to see my best Clash of Clans videos, I've popped some of them in a playlist right here. Enjoy the rest of your day.